In third place after the technical program from Russia, here is Alexei Urmanov. When I spoke to his coach after the technical program, he said Alexei can skate better, and I said, but what about conditioning? He's had trouble with that in Helsinki. He said the biggest problem is the lack of food that they have in Russia. Nutrition has been part of the weakness for him, but he's had a good week here. Let's see if he can finish it off with a great free skate.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what he does here. He has a quad planned as the second jump in the program, but I just wonder if he's going to play it safe or whether he's going to pull out all the stops here. First jump is the triple axel. And that was probably the best one I've seen him do all week. That free leg out, but it was quite a good attempt at a quad.
Nice triple loop jump. Important to regain your confidence after missing an element, to come right back out and hit the next one to get you on track. Alexei is going to attempt a second triple axel.
And that was just a double, but he went into combination into another triple toe loop. Checklist here, and other than the quad that he missed, a pretty good program for him here. But I'd have to say, this is the same program that he performed last year, and choreographically it just doesn't match what Kurt is going to come out here with tonight.
The to his credit, as he goes into the final spin in this program, he certainly has performed a much stronger performance than we saw him deliver at the European Championships. And I think he's serving notice that if he gets the right conditions and the right training opportunities, he has got to be factored in for next year's Olympics.
Absolutely, just 19 years of age. Alexei Urmanov, remember, he's third. If he wins the free skate, he wins gold. And he certainly has put some pressure on the two men ahead of him, Mark Mitchell and Kurt Browning.
Here's a beautiful triple axel. Nice tight rotation in the air. And that was just a solid landing.
Here are the technical marks for Alexei Urmanov. 5.4 from the United States and Norway, up to 5.7 from 4 of the judges. Bart, we haven't seen in the last few years, haven't seen contenders try the quad. Were you surprised he did?
I really was, but to his credit, he went out there tonight and he really went for it. If that was me out there, I may have played it a little bit safer and gone for the clean run through.
Now the artistic marks of 5.8 from France, 5.9 from Russia. He has 5 first-place ordinals, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, and Urmanov of Russia is the leader with 5 skaters to go. After the technical program, going for a world championship quad, Kurt Browning of the Granite Club in Toronto and the Royal Glenora in Edmonton.
Well, before the technical program, we talked about being cool under pressure. In the movie Casablanca, Humphrey Bogart was perhaps the epitome of cool. Let's see how cool Kurt's interpretation is.
Well, the key to this making this program work will be the jumps. He's opening with the triple axel combination, and he pulls it off. But the jump he's been having most difficulties with all week is the triple lutz. with a two-footed triple Lutz and a couple of triple-triple combinations that were missing, this program was a masterpiece.
Well, a solid performance, no doubt. Barbie, you mentioned a two-footed triple Lutz. I hope the fact that he didn't get a triple-triple combination in doesn't affect his marks too badly, because it would have been nice to have seen at least one. And as there are still some contenders to skate, there would have been an extra ace in his pocket.
Well, Kurt in the past has always been known for his jumping. Here's a look at a beautiful triple axel. Pulls that up, goes straight up into the double jump. But he has developed every single element of his skating now, not just the jumps anymore.
You did well.
Technical marks for Kurt Browning, 5.7s and 5.8s. We saw Donald Jackson a moment ago. He wants a picture in Prague with Donald, and boy, he'd love to have it with both of them wearing gold medals.
That was pretty exciting.
Well, it appears that the change in coaching has really worked for Kurt. He's developed a whole new side to his skating, and it's just so enjoyable to watch.
And here come the artistic marks, and you can hear the roar, a 6 from the French judge. 5 9s from 7 of the judges, 5 8 from the American judge. First place marks, and almost no room for Mark Mitchell of the United States.
That was nice. Pretty exciting stuff.
Here's Elvis. Interesting comments after his disappointment to the technical program as he clears off some extra flowers from the ice. He said, you know, they call me a Terminator and a machine, but I'm human. And he was distraught yesterday, but there was a little bounce in his walk again today.
Well, Elvis has really been working on the style of his skating this year, and some believe that maybe he was thinking about it too much yesterday and not enough about the jumps.
What I'm curious to see is, after a performance like he had in the technical program, a skater tends to go one of two ways. They come out here very determined to prove that yesterday was not normal for them, or they pull back. They're nervous. They feel like, oh, that could happen again, and I hope it doesn't. So I hope we see some attack here. We have a camera angle that will show us that, but if he didn't hit those boards, he was within inches of them. Elvis has now laid in 2 beautiful triple axels, 1 in combination. Elvis gets the bonus point for having done a triple axel, triple toe earlier in this program. And up to this point, it has been flawless.
Well, it certainly reminds me of a performance we saw last year at the Olympics. But somehow this year, I think he might get some marks for it.
But if it's got to be anyone, it might as well be a fellow Canadian, because technically Elvis has just outskated Kurt. Kurt two-footed the triple Lutz. He did not lay in a triple-triple combination. Elvis has done both of those, and now it's in the hands of the judges.
Well, I have a feeling that the judges may bring Elvis above Kurt technically, but Kurt is still superior when it comes to the artistic mark.
Here we look at that beautiful triple axel, triple toe combination, and when Elvis lands this, he did touch the boards. He had to push off them to stay in the ring.
But the Terminator's back. Here are the technical marks, and they are 5, 8s, and 9s. Michelle and Duck Lee, Ushi Kessler there. He had to spend the night in his room with a stomach ailment last night. Missed Isabella Lloyd's gold medal skate. And a lot's been said about the rivalry, but Kurt Browning spent an hour with him last night knowing he wasn't feeling well and was down. Now, the artistic marks, and they do come down. 5-4 from the Norwegian judge. Well, that's the battle he's got to fight, and he's a little surprised. Second place marks from 7 of the judges, 2/3, but he's back in the medal hunt because he's ahead of Urmanov.
Kurt Browning and Elvis Stojko foreshadowing the prospect of a golden Olympics for Canada with 1st and 2nd in the men's event ahead of the Russian Alexei Urmanov.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do. They're really saying I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, What a wonderful
Bogey just needed scene 1 to get warmed up.
Oh, what a week for the Canadians here at the Sport Hall in Prague.